Kai was small, even for 13. His frame was slight, his shoulders narrow, and his hands often trembled with the weight of the tools he carried. Despite his size, his eyes held a spark of determination, a glimmer of dreams too big for his tiny body. He lived on Space Station Galatea, a chaotic mess of blinking lights and roaring engines. The station was a bustling hub of activity, with traders, pilots, and engineers all working in a symphony of organized chaos. The air was thick with the scent of fuel and the hum of machinery, a constant reminder of the station's purpose. He dreamed of joining the Galactic Combat Academy. Every night he would lie on his bunk, staring at the ceiling, imagining himself in a sleek starfighter, darting through the stars, engaging in thrilling dogfights, and emerging victorious. The Academy was his beacon of hope, a distant star he longed to reach. He yearned to pilot starfighters, to dance among the stars, but everyone laughed. They saw only his small stature, his worn-out coveralls, and his calloused hands. They couldn't see the fire in his heart, the dreams that fueled his every step. "You? A fighter pilot?" they'd scoff, pointing at his slight frame. Their laughter echoed in his ears, a constant reminder of his perceived inadequacies. They saw him as nothing more than a docking bay weakling, a boy destined to live in the shadows of others. Kai was relegated to cleaning grime from docking bays, his spirit shrinking with each insult. He spent his days scrubbing floors, repairing minor damages, and ensuring the docking bays were spotless for the incoming ships. Each task felt like a chain, binding him to a life he desperately wanted to escape. One day, a sleek silver starfighter landed in his bay. Its polished surface gleamed under the station's artificial lights, a stark contrast to the grime and dirt that surrounded it. The ship was a marvel of engineering, a testament to the skill and precision of its pilot. It belonged to Jet Rexton, the galaxy's most celebrated fighter pilot. Jet was a legend, a hero whose exploits were known across the stars. His name was synonymous with bravery, skill, and unparalleled piloting prowess. To Kai, he was the embodiment of everything he aspired to be. Kai gaped at the legendary pilot, his heart pounding. He had read every article, watched every holovid, and memorized every detail about Jet's missions. Seeing him in person was like a dream come true, a moment he would cherish forever. He longed to prove everyone wrong, to soar through the cosmos just like Jet. He wanted to show them that he was more than just a small boy in worn-out coveralls. He wanted to be a hero, a pilot who could make a difference in the galaxy. But his dream felt as distant as the stars themselves. The path to the Galactic Combat Academy was fraught with challenges, and Kai knew he had a long way to go. The odds were stacked against him, and the voices of doubt were loud and persistent. He was just Kai, the docking bay weakling, the boy who cleaned up after others, who was laughed at and ridiculed, the boy whose dreams seemed too big for his small frame. Could he ever hope to be like his hero? As he watched Jet walk away, Kai felt a surge of determination. He knew the road ahead would be tough, but he was ready to face it. He would prove them all wrong. He would become a fighter pilot no matter what it took. Jet Rexton, sensing the boy's admiration, approached Kai. The air was thick with the hum of machinery and the distant chatter of engineers, but Jet's focus was solely on the young boy before him. "You like her?" he asked, gesturing to his ship. The ship gleamed under the hangar lights, a marvel of engineering and design, a testament to human ingenuity. Kai, tongue-tied, could only nod. His eyes were wide with wonder, taking in every detail of the magnificent vessel before him. Jet saw a spark in Kai's eyes, a flicker of the same fire that burned within him. It was a look he recognized, one that spoke of dreams and aspirations, of a desire to soar beyond the confines of the station. He offered Kai a chance, a challenge. "Meet me here tomorrow before dawn," he said, his voice firm but kind. "If you're serious about flying, prove it." The hangar was a place of dreams, where the impossible became possible. Kai's heart raced at the thought of what lay ahead. Jet's words echoed in Kai's mind. "If you're serious about flying, prove it." It was a challenge that stirred something deep within him, a call to action that he couldn't ignore. Excitement warred with fear in Kai's chest. He knew the path ahead would be difficult, fraught with challenges and obstacles, but the opportunity was too great to pass up. This was his chance, his one shot at proving himself. He had dreamed of this moment for as long as he could remember, and now it was within his grasp. He had to seize it. With a deep breath, he steeled himself for the journey ahead, determined to rise to the challenge. The next morning, long before the station stirred, Kai stood trembling in the cold bay. The air was crisp, and his breath formed small clouds in the frigid air. Jet, true to his word, was waiting. His presence was a beacon of hope and determination, a reminder of the challenge that lay ahead. Their journey began, a journey that would test Kai's limits and redefine his destiny. Together, they walked towards the ship, the future stretching out before them like an uncharted starfield. He was no longer just cleaning starships. Each swipe of the cloth was a step closer to his dream, a small but significant part of his training. He was learning to fly them. The cockpit was a world of its own, filled with controls and displays that Kai was determined to master. Every lesson, every instruction from Jet was a building block towards his future as a pilot. Late into the night, Kai pored over starship manuals, absorbing every detail, every nuance. His dedication was unwavering, his resolve unbreakable. In the simulator, Jet pushed him to his limits, guiding him through complex maneuvers and emergency protocols. Each session was a test of his skills and his willpower. Mistakes were made, but each one was a lesson. Kai learned to adapt, to think on his feet, to trust in his abilities. And with each success, no matter how small, came a growing sense of camaraderie between mentor and student. They were no longer just teacher and pupil, they were a team, united by a shared dream. As Kai looked out at the stars, he felt a surge of hope and determination. The universe was vast and full of possibilities, and he was ready to explore it all. The day of their first real flight together arrived. The ship was prepped and ready, and so were they. It was the culmination of all their hard work, the beginning of a new chapter in their journey. As the ship lifted off, soaring into the sky, Kai knew that this was just the beginning. The stars awaited, and with Jet by his side, he was ready to reach for them. Jet started Kai's training in the station's zero-gravity training facility. It was a dizzying, disorienting environment. Kai struggled to control his movements, bumping into walls and flailing helplessly. Jet, a patient but demanding teacher, pushed Kai relentlessly. He forced him to confront his weaknesses, to overcome his fear. Day after day, Kai trained, his body aching, his spirit burning with determination. He learned to navigate the weightlessness, to anticipate his opponent's moves. He started to see the facility not as a torture chamber, but as a proving ground. With each passing day, his confidence grew. Slowly, steadily, he began to master the art of zero-gravity combat. He was no longer the clumsy boy from the docking bay, he was becoming a fighter. Next, Jet introduced Kai to the laser lance. This was no ordinary weapon, it was a marvel of futuristic technology, designed for those who could master its intricacies. The laser lance was a symbol of precision and speed, a tool that could turn the tide of any battle if wielded correctly. It was a sleek, deadly weapon, demanding precision and speed. Its design was both elegant and intimidating, with a glowing core that pulsed with energy. The weapon seemed almost alive, responding to the slightest touch with a hum of power. Kai's small hands fumbled with the controls. The interface was complex, with buttons and levers that required a delicate touch. Each movement had to be precise, each command executed with perfect timing. Kai's initial attempts were clumsy, his fingers slipping and his grip unsteady. His shots went wide, his timing off. The laser lance misfired, sending beams of light scattering in all directions. Kai's frustration grew with each missed shot. His confidence waning as he struggled to control the powerful weapon. Frustration mounted, threatening to overwhelm him. Jet, however, remained calm. He had seen this struggle before, knew the challenges that came with mastering such a sophisticated weapon. Jet's patience was unwavering, his voice steady and reassuring. He broke down the movements, patiently guiding Kai, correcting his stance, his grip, his aim. Jet's instructions were clear and precise, each correction bringing Kai closer to mastering the laser lance. He showed Kai how to balance his weight, how to hold the weapon steady, and how to time his shots perfectly. He taught Kai that strength wasn't just about brute force, it was about understanding the weapon, about becoming one with it. Jet explained that true strength came from within, from a place of calm and focus. He emphasized the importance of mental discipline, of staying calm under pressure. It was about control, about finesse. Jet demonstrated how to move with the weapon, how to make it an extension of his own body. He showed Kai the delicate balance between power and precision, how to harness the energy of the laser lance without losing control. It was about outsmarting your opponent, anticipating their every move. Jet taught Kai to read his opponent's actions, to predict their next move and counter it with precision. Slowly, Kai's skills improved. He began to see the patterns, to understand the rhythm of combat. His shots became more accurate, his movements more fluid. The laser lance no longer felt like a foreign object in his hands. It was becoming a part of him. Each shot was more precise, each movement more confident. Kai's confidence grew with each successful hit. He began to understand the rhythm of the laser lance, the delicate dance between pilot and weapon. The weapon responded to his touch, its energy flowing through him. Kai felt a connection to the laser lance, a synergy that made him feel invincible. The docking bay seemed a distant memory. The place where he had first struggled with the weapon was now a symbol of his growth. Kai had come a long way from those initial clumsy attempts. The docking bay was now a place of reflection, a reminder of how far he had come. He was ready for a bigger challenge. The trials with the laser lance had prepared him for the battles ahead. Kai felt a sense of readiness, a confidence that he had never known before. He was no longer the unsure novice, he was a warrior, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Jet entered Kai in the Galactic Youth Combat Tournament. It was a prestigious event attracting the best young pilots from across the galaxy. Kai, standing amongst the other competitors, felt a familiar pang of doubt. These teenagers were tall, confident, their uniforms adorned with accolades. He was still just Kai, the docking bay kid, now with dreams bigger than his reach. The tournament commenced, a whirlwind of flashing lights, roaring engines, and the clash of laser fire. Kai, despite his nerves, found his focus. He remembered Jet's lessons, the hours spent honing his skills. He dodged, weaved, and attacked with a precision that belied his age. He fought his way through each round, defying expectations, becoming the tournament's unexpected underdog. Kai's winning streak propelled him to the final round. His opponent Zane, a prodigy from a wealthy, powerful family. Zane was everything Kai wasn't, tall, arrogant, and armed with the latest technology. The crowd roared, their cheers for Zane deafening. Kai felt a tremor of fear, but he remembered Jet's words. Fear is a liar. It tells you you're weak when you're strong. The final battle commenced, a blur of speed and skill. Zane, relying on brute force, attacked relentlessly. Kai, drawing on his training, used his opponent's aggression against him. He exploited Zane's blind spots, turning his arrogance into a weakness. The crowd watched, stunned, as the underdog held his own against the reigning champion.